What's up, traders? John Howley. Hope you guys are doing well. Is this working? I think it is. Um, Listen, I'm here. Yeah, it's working, isn't it? Yeah. Um, I'm here at in the city right now, just getting ready to go into a conference tonight, and I wanted to do this little live stream for you guys because I want to talk to you guys about your trading and the way that you're doing things and the way that you're seeing the world and the way that you are taking the way that you're living and the way that you're thinking, and I want to talk about fear and how it has a major impact on your life and stuff like that. So I wanted this live stream for you because it's something that I really myself have had a hard time, you know have had a hard time, you know have had a hard time, dealing with when it comes to, living in fear and having that approach when it comes to your trading and stuff like that. Like fear in the markets, being fearful of the markets, being fearful of the possibilities of what can happen in the markets it's actually not good at all. And and one thing I do say is that as you continue along your journey when it comes to your trading, as you continue along your journey when it comes to your life in general, it's so important that when you're doing that and when you're trading the markets, that you don't act in fear, right? So many people these days are acting so fearful right now when it comes to the markets, when it comes to them being involved with the markets, and it's 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 not serving you whatsoever, and if you listen to, I'm just on the way up here. I was listening to the Science of Getting Rich, and it just made me really think about, about the way that we do things, right? The way we see things. So many people, when they enter the market, what do they think? They think, oh, I'm going to lose money again, right? It's how they think about the markets, and it's just it's not the right way to go. It really isn't. It's it's such a mindset thing that it's so important to try to switch it around. To say, you know what, trading is simple, it's easy, it's fun. Trading is simple, it's easy, it's fun, and you've got to start looking at that. Otherwise, you're never going to get ahead in the markets at all. You're going to really have a hard time. And one of the things that I heard Jim Rohn say one time was this. He said, "Don't start your journey until it is finished. Don't start until it is finished." Now, what did Jim Rohn mean by that? Jim Rohn said, what he means by is that if you don't know your destination, if you don't know where you're going when it comes to your life in general, when it comes to, you've been involved in the markets, then don't start that journey until you know where you're going. It's such an important thing to do, right? It's like, why are you involved with the markets in the first place? Like, what is it that you actually want? When I talk to a lot of traders on the phone, one of the biggest things they say is that I just want to make money, right? I just want to make money. But there's no destination there. It's no like, why are you doing what you're doing? It's like, why are you doing what you're doing in the market? It's like, why do you do what you do? Like, why I do what I do here on YouTube is, right, because I've been, over the last almost 15 years now, I've been involved in the markets. I've learned so much about trading, about what it takes to get ahead in the markets. Like, what does it truly take to get ahead in the markets? And once you start to really understand that and grasp that, you start to say, you know what, there's a lot of things out there that is just not serving you whatsoever. Makes sense? And so it's like, where are you? What's your number when it comes to that? Like, if you trade in the markets, obviously you trade in the markets for an income. What is your number? It was, oh, I just want to make $1 million. But do you need $1 million? Let's start with, okay, if I started earning $5,000 a month on average, 7-figure trader. Hey, Nick, how you going, man? If I started earning, X amount of dollars, it's like, I think a lot of people need to start bringing it down a little bit more when it comes to that. Like, but in any event, Jim Rohn says don't start until it's finished. What are you after when it comes to markets? What's your number? See, I know my number, and I know when I first started trading, I wanted to do 100 grand a year, and so I do that. You know, then I would do the $250,000, and then I did that. And now my goal is a lot higher right now. But why do you do what you do? And not only why are you doing what you do, but what's your end goal? If you're trading right now and you have no destination, no goal, no number in mind, then it's going to be hard for you to end up getting there. You know what I mean? Like, it's going to be hard for you to actually reach that goal because you're not going to feel like you're making any progress. And progress equals happiness. When you feel like you're moving towards something every day, it's like, yeah, I'm starting to feel that happiness inside me. But if you don't feel that, then you just feel shit inside, right? It's like, man, fuck me. It's like, why the hell does this keep happening for? You know, and it's that frustration which ultimately, hopefully, gets you to move forward. And and so if you're not actively doing something to work towards a goal, like if with your trading right now, if you keep doing the same thing over and over again, expecting a different result, then don't do that. And one thing I want to talk about in this little live stream here that I'm doing right now, while I'm waiting for this conference, is your fear. Do not live in fear, right? Do not. It's so important. Like, there's so much crap out there in the marketplace right now that tells you that the whole world's going to turn to custard, and you better protect yourself and all that sort of crap. You know what I mean? One thing that's so important to understand is that one thing that's so important to, one thing that's so important to do is that don't live in fear. Like, don't approach the market in a fearful way. You know what I mean? Like this, like Bopoli is one of the biggest things out there that gets people believing that we're going to see an 80% crash in one day. That's not going to happen, right? Because, with John, what about 1929 and what about 1987? They didn't have limiters then. Right now, do you realize if the market drops 7%, there's a limiter, right? It cuts into the market. It stops the market from dropping. There's a limiter in the market. We're not going to have a 10% down day in one day. Now, we may, if it just keeps dropping, but then they'll just shut it off. Don't live in fear, okay? Do not be trading in fear. Do not be trading hoping for the once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to come and loading up. Because trust me, I've done that before, and I did that in 2015. And I lost a quarter of my wealth. Thank God it was a quarter of my wealth, but it's still multiple six figures during the election time because I really thought the whole world was going to turn to custard, right? It's like, don't, okay? Do not live in fear. Trade what you see, not what you hope for. And remember, a crash, think about this for a minute. A stock market crash, if it's going to retrace 80%, it takes a good 1 to 2 years for that to happen. Think about that for a minute. A stock market crash takes 1 to 2 years to happen, right? It doesn't happen straight away. So stop thinking you're going to buy put options and you're going to short the market right now and suddenly you're going to pick the top and the market's going to drop 80%. You're going to make a fortune there, right? Or stop doing things based on fear. You know what I mean? Don't live in fear. There's so much prosperity out there. The whole thing about, there's a while ago there was all this talk about how there's not going to be enough gold, right? They're running out of gold. Guess what? They'll find more gold. You know that. They'll find more gold and they'll be able to produce more gold and you'll be able to start to move forward again with that. And so it's, with your trading, it's, if you're trying to make that, if you approach the market in a fearful way where I hope I don't lose money on this trade and all that sort of stuff, and you're listening to all this crap out there, like the whole thing's going to turn to custard, and you better protect yourself right now because it's going to be crazy. It's like, especially in these worlds here, it's like that's not going to happen, right? There's so much money out there in this marketplace. Even in a stock market crash, there's so much money out there in the marketplace, right? You're going to be fine. You're not going to starve, all right? You're going to be taken care of. And it's so important to when you're involved with the markets, just slow down, take your time, because the more you rush it and the more you force it, the more you go backwards. And 6 months later, you're saying, "Man, I just wish I was at break even right now." I have the T-shirt for that. You know what I mean? So slow down, take your time, take the right steps, and take your time for the first 3 to 6 months. Build a foundation, start small, build up, build up. That way, 2 years from now or 12 months from now, you're booming and everyone else is still struggling. Make sense? So slow down, take your time. Because remember, and this is one thing I've noticed more and more and more in the markets, and that is, the more I slow down, the more I take my time, the less I trade, the faster I move forward, the more I make. To this day, my trading is going so amazing right now. Why? Because I'm not taking as many trades, and I'm just having that belief that everything's going to be fine. Like, I'm not going to live in that fear. So please, guys, it's you can really do this, but it's so important to be careful who you listen to and who you surround yourself with, because if you're surrounding yourself with people that tell you can't do it, and people that are not going anywhere in life, if you're doing that and you're not going anywhere in life, they're going to subconsciously impact you. I thought with my ex-girlfriend, I thought I could actually have her around and not let her negativity and her the way she looks at this world not affect me, right? But what you're observing, you participate. What you're observing, you participate. And so it's just so important who you're listening to. Get rid of those people that just think that you can't do well from the markets. Hang around people that say, you know what, you can do this. You know what I mean? You can do this, you can do this, you can do this. You just got to know the right steps, and you got to keep moving forward. And it's not easy, it's challenging, right? The most challenging part is what? The belief that you can do it. But be careful who you hang around with. That's the reason why I don't really hang around a lot of people outside of my circle of influence. Circle of influence is all the people that I listen to on YouTube or courses. That's the reason I'm coming tonight, right? Because I look up to this guy that I'm looking at that I'm coming tonight when I'm doing this live stream from. But that's why I always I always go to my coach, because he's doing 7 figures every year. You know what I mean? Like, I hang around him and I listen to him and I see what he's doing. Repetition. I see how he's trading. I see his mindset. I get coaching calls from him as well too. And what do you think that does to me? Right? It's a massive impact. And these 7-figure traders that I've had access to has made a huge impact on my belief system to not quit. Even when the market fucking slaps me in the face really, really hard and says, hey, how badly do you want it? I get back up and I keep going, and I keep going, and I keep going. Because the only difference is between you and someone else, between you and someone that's doing 7 figures, is, or people that don't do well and the people that do well, is they quit. And the people that don't quit and they're still not doing well, they're doing the same shit over and over again, expecting a different result. You can truly do this, but you've got to clear your head out, and you've got to start filling your mind with positivity and an optimistic, and say, you know what, I can truly do this. But you've got to really be, what I call like record, review, and improve. Right? With your trading, record, review, and improve. Record every single trade you take. Review after a week or after every month. Review every single trade you take. And then improve. Record, review, and improve. Record, review, and improve. But stop listening to people that tell you that you can't do this. And the more that you remove that crap from your life, and the more you slowly start to build day after day after day, you truly can do this. And I know it's hard sometimes, because it's like you have these old belief systems in your mind, right? You have these really, really hard belief systems in your mind saying that you can't do this, and who do you think you are, and you don't deserve to have $1 million a year or $5 million a year. Like, who do you think you are? You know what I mean? And it's so and overcoming that belief system. Trust me, guys. Like, I got the T-shirt for making a lot of money and then just wanted to give it away because I felt so uncomfortable. And that's part of the process, right? Think about it. It's never ever the trading system and the trading that gets you. It's your consistency, right? Hey Neil, hope you're doing well, man. It's your consistency. It's your discipline. It's your patience. Your discipline to take one setup and one setup only. Your consistency. You're showing up every single day, and you're patient. When you're patient, to wait for that one setup, and after a month, you're recording, you're reviewing, and you're improving. If you do exactly what I just said there, take one setup only, and that's, you're consistent at doing that. You're disciplined at just only taking the setups. And 3, you're patient at waiting for that one setup only, and you only take that one setup. Meaning that if you took 20 trades in a row, every single trade should look almost identical to each other because they meet the same rules. And then after every week and then after a month, guess what? You record, you review, and improve. Record, review, and improve. I guarantee you do just that one thing there. 12 months, you'll be so far ahead of everyone else. That's how 7-figure traders do it. I listened to one of my early mentors, 7-figure trader, and he said, the reason why I did so well in my trading career because I had stuck to the plan. I didn't mess with the plan. He had a plan. My coach right now that does multiple 7 figures per year. Guess what? You know what he's after. And he'll sit in front of the screen 14 hours a night sometimes, looking across like 10 different markets on 4 different time frames, and sometimes not take a trade for a whole week. And he only takes a trade once his plan is met. It's not the trading strategy you have to worry about, Mohammed, my man. It's not really. There's no one best trading strategy out there. I think it's not the trading strategy you have to work on. It's the driver, right? It's your ability to be able to be consistent. Be disciplined and be patient. Record, review, and improve. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this. Don't let anyone else tell you that you can't do this, guys, okay? Trading it initially is hard, it's difficult. And the hardest thing that I realized when it comes down to trading, when it comes down to these markets, the hardest thing out there is filtering through all the bullshit that's out there to only focus on what's the most important thing when it comes to the markets. It's like that's I'm all about seeking truth regardless of appearance. Like, what's the truth? How do I truly get ahead in the market? How do I truly get ahead? And one of the things after the last 15 years of being involved in markets, one of the hardest things for me is removing all the crap that simply wasn't serving me, like indicators, stochastics and MACDs and all that sort of stuff. They simply weren't serving me, not at all. They were not serving me at all. And you know the Pareto principle, right? That 20%, that 20% of your efforts is going to produce 80% of results. That's the same with the market. There's only 20% of the stuff that's actually really out there that's really going to make a difference in your trading. But we think we need these indicators. We think we need all this information, the fundamentals and all that sort of stuff. The market can really only go 2 ways, up or down. It can go sideways, but only can go up or down. And all we need is some simple basic trend analysis and some volume and a few moving averages to give us some momentum, and boom, we have the probability on our side. It's not that difficult. You can do this. Don't let anyone else tell you that you can't do this, because you can. And really, it's so important to focus on the things that really, really do matter. If you're listening to people out there, that shit out there, that simply just tell you that you can't do this, then it's not going to serve you at all. Okay, it's simply not going to serve you at all. And that's the biggest thing that stops you from getting to where you want to be. Is that it's the thing that stops you from moving forward in a big way. So I believe in you, and I know you can do this. But if you're not prepared to start really putting in the effort and taking your time and building that foundation, you're never going to do well in the markets. But I know you can. I believe in you. All right, guys. Well, I'm done for this session here. What's that? What does that do? All right. How do I end this thing? All right, guys. I'm out of here. I'm about to go into this session, and I'll talk to you guys later. Have a great day, guys.